Hey you guys, how's it going? We finally got the news that everyone, jersey collectors around the world have been waiting for, and that is who's going to be the jersey manufacturer for the 2024-2025 season once Adidas is done. I believe they still got one more year, they still got next year, but then after that, there's going to be somebody new. And we finally got that announcement. I like to think I have an absolute different opinion from everyone I've seen. So I'm just going to come out and say it. Fanatics is the company that's going to be taking over for the NHL jerseys in the 2024-2025 season. I think I got that right. People are freaking out all over it about this, and I kind of have a little bit of a different opinion. You can call me naive, you can even call me kind of just optimistic, you can even call me dumb, I don't care, but I kind of have an opinion on it that's a little bit more relaxed from some people. I definitely don't consider myself like a jersey genius. Like, I don't know everything about jerseys, I don't know everything about these brands, I don't know everything about just like anything really about this. I just have my opinions. That's really all I got. All I know is the facts in front of me, and that is I've owned a Fanatics jersey, I've owned an Adidas jersey. The quality is absolutely different, like not even close. Fanatics have kind of like created themselves as being that like kind of streetwear comfort replica jersey, and Adidas kind of has these what they call authentic ones, which are more kind of suited for the actual jersey. They're closer to the actual jersey. I'm just going to come out and say I personally don't think Fanatics, like that jersey that they come out with, is the best they can do. I'm just going to say that right away. I think this is their way of not straight up copying Adidas and coming out with the exact same jersey as this, because I just don't think they could do that. I don't know the facts personally, but just thinking in my head, I don't think legally they can come out with literally the exact same jersey as this, just without the Adidas patch, the Fanatics patch, and just like call it a day. I think they kind of had to make something unique and something a little bit different from this. Same with like the material and stuff, which is why they have a thicker, kind of more comfy, more like sweaterish kind of streetwear kind of apparel. They wanted it to be more comfy, and that's just the kind of design that they were choosing to go with. But I don't think that they are incapable of making an actual jersey, in my opinion. Like, people seem to think that Fanatics is just a small company that can't do anything, but you got to think how much money they have and just how much they've taken over everywhere. They make good hats, they make quality hats, they make good like apparel, t-shirts and stuff. I personally just don't see them doing this without them like kind of guaranteeing that they can do better than what they have done. It would hurt their brand if they came out and they partnered with the NHL and they just made absolutely garbage jerseys that like players didn't like and fans didn't like. That would hurt the NHL, and it would hurt Fanatics as a brand themselves. So that would be just a major risk in my opinion, and I just can't see them doing that. I also can't see, like, as dumb as the NHL is and as dumb as Gary Bettman is, I personally can't see them signing this contract without mock-ups and without actual proof of what Fanatics can do. And I'm sure that they saw this and was like, okay, these are acceptable jerseys, and I can't see them just accepting the fact that Adidas or Fanatics like replica jerseys are what the players are going to wear. They can't wear that. That's way too thick. It's too crazy. So yes, I do think they are going to up their jersey quality. The question then becomes, are those going to be available for us? I think the main worry, at least for myself and probably others, is what's replica jerseys going to be like for fans. Are we going to get these kinds like Adidas that are very similar to what the players wear, just a little bit different? Or are we going to get what Fanatics currently has for replicas, which are like that streetwear sweater style? I personally see Fanatics being in a prime spot to just rake in all the money. I could see them keeping their kind of replica streetwear ones that are cheaper than these ones, and I can see them keeping that, right, and just coming out with that for people who don't really want to put all the money out and get like a better jersey like this. Keep those at around $150 Canadian, so it's a little bit cheaper for everyone, but then come out with a version like this that's a little bit closer to the authentic jersey, that's again probably around $200 like these Adidas ones are, and they could just rake in the money from both. They could have the people that don't really want to afford the full-on kind of close to authentic jerseys, but then they could have the people like me who want to collect jerseys that are better than what those Fanatics ones are, and they could rack in that money too. So I see them in a perfect spot. that I couldn't see them not doing that, in my opinion. It's just too smart. They know, like, they're obviously not dumb. They can see the backlash that's being created online about these jerseys. They're not going to be dumb, I don't think. Like, they want to make money. They're a business, right? They want to make as much money as possible. So they see people saying they're not going to buy that old Fanatics crap, then I could see them actually releasing something like this that's a little bit more authentic. I try to think a little bit positive on stuff like this. Like, I don't want it to just be all negatives. I know there is a lot of negatives, but I just like to think that there's no way they're doing this, and the NHL's doing this without some sort of proof of improvement on the jerseys themselves, and that the jerseys are going to be, like, nice, you know? I just don't think that that would be the case. Also, like I said, I'm not a pro or anything or an expert, but I do believe Fanatics bought Mitchell and Ness, and Mitchell and Ness actually just recently came out with jerseys, though they look absolutely terrible. But that aside, the material of the jersey actually looks like jersey material. Like, it looks like okay jersey material. I zoomed in because I don't own one, so I looked at the photos, and to me it looks very similar to like the Reebok jersey behind me material wise. You can kind of see like the little holes in it. I'll try to put a photo on the screen if I can. But you can kind of see that it is jersey material. It's not like this. Like, Adidas, I think, has kind of almost a unique jersey material, at least compared to Reebok. But I think the Mitchell and Ness ones are very similar to the Reebok ones, which I could see that's what Fanatics adopts, considering they own Mitchell and Ness and made those jerseys. So they are clearly capable of doing so. One super big plus here, I know there's not a lot, like there's a lot of hoping and just praying that they turn out good, but one plus that we got info on for sure is that they are keeping this design. They're keeping the Adidas design, which I don't know how they are allowed to do that. I don't know the background there on how Adidas allowed them to do that, but they are keeping this design. They're just putting their Fanatics touch on it, I guess, whatever that may be. So I think that's kind of cool. That means, like, as long as they create decent looking jerseys and good jerseys, they won't look super different from the rest of the ones in your collection, you know? Like, from afar, some people might just think they're just regular Adidas jerseys, but they're going to be Fanatics because that's who's taking over. I think that's a good thing. I really like this design of the jersey. I know a lot of people don't like the collars. I personally do. I think there's cool things you can do with it, like having the half back, the whole thing colored, like the white back there, like in my Dallas one, or just keeping it all the same color as the jersey. There's things you can do with them. I like the collars. I like the jersey design overall. So I'm really glad that Fanatics is taking that. Apparently, the only big jersey change that's going to happen to the Fanatics jerseys is maybe material. And I think what the NHL wants to do is put thicker material in certain parts of the jersey where sometimes like players get caught with skates and stuff. So I could see like some parts of the arm, maybe like, I don't know, the inside, some parts of the arm that's not really protected by gear, I could see just having almost a little bit of a thicker material just to kind of have that protection on if you do get stepped on by a skate. It's just that thicker layer, so you're not really just getting taken out and your arm's not getting chopped off. But that's really supposed to be the only change that's made, and that's supposed to be in 2026, I believe, is what the post said and what they quoted. I guess the next thing I should touch on quickly is the logos. I know Adidas logos are absolutely incredible, and Fanatics ones suck. I'm sure they can make better logos. Like, I just don't. I personally just don't think they can't. Like, I don't think they don't have the resources, you know? They 100% do. Like, they're a big brand making tons of money. They for sure can do better logos. I think they just don't, because their jerseys are supposed to be a little bit cheaper, so they're trying to keep the cost down, and making cheaper and easier to design and make logos helps take the price down when it comes to them selling. So I totally could see now that if they do decide to sell $200 jerseys, that cost difference, that they'll be able to up the quality, you know, just to kind of give that bump. So I could totally see it being kind of okay. It obviously all depends. We're gonna have to wait and see. Like, no one really knows 100% what Fanatics has in store. All I know is they pretty much own the whole entire NHL now. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. But I don't think it's as bad as people are saying. Like, let's sit back, let's just relax a little bit, okay? I don't think it's as bad as everyone's saying. And I might be the only person on the internet right now saying that, but I'm kind of optimistic. I like to be optimistic, you know? I don't like to panic. Let's just wait and see what the product is. But thank you guys so much for watching. Of course, comment down below your guys' opinions. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of opinions on you guys absolutely hating this decision. But let me know down in the comments. Did anything I say make sense, or was it all just kind of BS? Like, I don't know. I'm just speaking my opinion, you know, on the matter. That's pretty much it. Again, if you guys are new to the channel, it means a lot if you guys subscribed. Like the video if you enjoyed. I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.